welcome to Prudent News. Now look at the headlines. Government should introspect. Government still stable as there is no alternative. Signs of anti-incumbency already visible, says experts after the Goan survey. Midday meal horror continues. 19 students of Kamleshwar High School hospitalized. Students vomit and feel uneasy. Claim usar pav bhaji had a dead spider, worms and eggs of insects. Goa Foundation files affidavit in Supreme Court asking independent inquiry in illegal mining scam. Requests implementation of Western Ghat report. NCP says MLAs within BJP do not trust Home Minister. Michael Lobo approaching DGP and not Home Minister with names of drug mafia is an example. And Congress challenges CM Parrikar to file an affidavit in the Supreme Court assuring criminal proceedings against those involved in illegal mining. Now news in detail. Government should introspect. Government is still stable as there is no alternative. Signs of anti-incumbency already visible is the warning that experts sounded to the government after their survey conducted by The Goan. They also opine that popularity of the government is on decline and leaders should appraise people with the financial reality of the state in spite of giving them false promises.
People seem to be on paper satisfied with the government but only just, and that's extremely important. What is also very important is that if you go from higher income groups to lower income groups, the satisfaction levels drop from higher to lower across all parameters. Okay, that's second. Thirdly, what is also very significant is that the voters in North Goa seem to be slightly, or in fact a lot more disinclined or disillusioned with Manohar Parrikar's governance rather than people in South Goa, which is contrary to the popular belief at this point of time.
त्या वेळार इलेक्शन ज्या वेळार जालें त्या वेळार पर्रीकर आनी बीजेपी लोकांनी बरें तेंगशे धरून दवरले. एका वर्सा भितर त्या तेंगशे वयल्यान तो जो अर्दे वाटेक सकयल उतरता तर ह्या सरकार बद्दल लोकांच्या मनात अत्यंत नाखुशी निर्माण जाली.
तुम्ही कितें म्हणटा देड वर्सा भितर एंटी इनकम्बन्सी दिसपा लागली
तर ह्या सरकारान खंयच्या मुद्द्याचेर सांगचें की आमी बरें काम करता म्हणून.
So Manohar Parrikar has to perform, has to be a Narendra Modi like.
My question is this enough?
For 1.5 years, certainly this is not enough. So
not
this
enough.
perception, yes, to my mind, Manohar Parrikar on the issues is losing the perception battle.
हांव सदां म्हणटा इकॉनॉमी आमी सारकी दवरया फुडले 20 वर्सांची ती आणि आमकां अशी इकॉनॉमी उबारया की सगळ्या लोकांक फायदो जातलो फकत श्रीमंताक न्ही.
पण लोकांक इतलेंच सांगूंक जाय समजा जर हांव आसलो फ्रँकली हांव लोकांक सांगनाशिल्लो वचून बिकट परिस्थिती आसा बरोबर न्हय. सद्दां तुमकां चिकन मटन घालूंक मेळचें ना पेज जेवची पडटली पण फुडले दीस बरे येतले. हांव न्ही म्हजें स्पश्ट मत अशें की हांव सांगचो नाशिल्लो लोकांक की कॅजुनेंतल्यान इतलें उत्पन्न म्हणून 3 वर्स कॅजुनेंत चलूया जाल्यार आमी आनी 10 कॅजुने घालूं येतात आनी उत्पन्न वाडयता फुडले 3 वर्सां. पण लेट अस टेल प्रॅक्टिकली की ह्यो सवलती आमकां परवडना सद्याच्या परिस्थितीन परवडना. लेट अस रन त्रास काडून 3 वर्सां चलूया.
Midday meal horror has now struck Kamleshwar High School at Koregaon. 19 students were immediately admitted in Tuain Primary Health Center after they started vomiting and complaining of stomach pain. Students claimed that usar bhaji served under midday meal had spiders, eggs of insects and worms. School staff claimed that students started feeling uneasy after consuming the midday meal.
Midday meal fiasco continues to haunt the students. On Saturday, it was the turn of students of Kamleshwar Secondary High School at Koregaon. Students started vomiting and complaining of uneasiness after they found a dead spider, worms and eggs of insects in the usar bhaji pav served to them under midday meal. 19 students were immediately shifted to Tuain Hospital.
ती midday meal येल्या उपरांत हेडमास्टर आमचो चेक करता. आज डेली प्रमाणे आज चेकिंग बी तेंच्यांनी केला हेडमास्टरान आनी वांटूंक हें केलां. साधारण एक 11:15 ते 11 पर्यंत midday meal सोंपलां. थोड्या जाणांनी 1 खाल्लो ब्रेड, थोड्या जाणांनी 2 खाल्ले. थोडे जणांनी 4-5 असे खाल्ले. पण एक साधारण एक अर्ध्या पाऊण वरान सुमार एकट्याच्या भुरग्याक पोटान दुखपाक लागलें आनी उलटी जाता म्हणून सांग लागला. भायर गेला सुकी उलटी जाता म्हणजे फेस असो थुकी येयल्ल्या भशेन तशा पद्दतीन जाला.
Parents of the affected children gathered at the hospital, worried and tensed. One of the locals suggested that fruits or milk be served instead of cooked food as midday meal to ensure safety.
हांव अशें सांगूंक शकता की तांकां उसळ आनी पाव दिले त्या दोनांनी कितें तरी आसूंक शकता. कित्याक कारण खंय स्वच्छता खंय आमी पळोवंक शकना तेजे खंय चवकशी केली जायना. ताका लागून सरकाराचें लक्ष घालपाचो आनी जे कितें फ्रुट्स आसा ते फ्रुट्स पासून त्या भुरग्यांक जर दिले जाल्यार तांकां किंवा दूध आसा जे विटामीन आसा ते विटामीन भुरग्यांक दिवपाचे अशी आमची सगळ्यांची विनंती आसा.
Meanwhile, doctor has said that children are under observation and the matter has been referred to the FDA.
19 भुरगे हांगासरले कमलेश्वर हायस्कुलांतली हाडलेले पोटान दुखता आनी उलटी जाता म्हणून कशी. आतां कंडिशन तेंचे बरें आसा तशें कांय प्रॉब्लेम ना.
कित्या खातीर उलटी जाता
नो ते आतां तपास केल्या शिवाय कळचें ना. FDA कळयलेलें आसा.
Vinod Mehtar for Prudent.
Goa Foundation has demanded independent inquiry by the Apex Court in the illegal mining case as proposed by the CEC. Sources say they have filed an affidavit in the Supreme Court putting forth this demand. Foundation also requested to implement the report on Western Ghats which recommends closure of total of 36 mines.
Goa Foundation is not happy with Chief Minister Manohar Parrikar's action in the illegal mining case. Sources informed that Goa Foundation has filed an additional affidavit in the Supreme Court. In its affidavit, the petitioner mentions that Western Ghats Ecology Expert Panel report headed by Madhav Gadgil should be implemented. They have recommended closure of 36 mining leases. Petitioner has also criticized the government for not providing any staff to high-level committee headed by Justice R.M.S. Khandeparkar. Tenure of the high-level committee headed by Justice Khandeparkar will expire in this November. CEC directives violated. The committee is yet to have even its first meeting. No staff has yet been appointed to help the committee. No separate office has been created for the committee's work. The committee has not done any work on the terms of reference assigned to it. Petitioner has requested the Supreme Court to direct its own independent inquiries into these issues as proposed by the CEC in its report. They say state government lacks the capacity and doesn't have the will to do inquiry as its own. Mahesh Ghadi for Prudent.
It's time for a short break. Stay tuned.